We live. We ready to go, Coach. Man, we got a good show today. Let's talk about it.
Oh man, it's incredible. This is continuing the same trend that's been going on for several weeks now. Good morning, game day. We wake up with unbelievable guests, and the guy to top it off is our personal coach, guys, Coach Montgomery. Good morning, Coach. What's going on?
Oh, good morning, game day, and good morning, Earl, K. Mac, and Pam.
Good morning.
Oh man, good morning. You know what makes our game so special, and the number one game, I'm talking about the college football game, is that you can be a 6-5 football team this year, last year's national championship team, and go on the road with a 6-5 record. If you have discipline and you have toughness, you can go on the road and take on the number 2 team in the country and whip them at their place. And my brother is our special guest, Wink. My dog, you pull that off. Good morning, game day. Welcome. The defensive coordinator at the University of Michigan, Wink Martindale. Welcome, Wink.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, man. You pull that off, Wink.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing, Coach?
Exactly.
Good morning,
Coach.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It was a great football game. Born and raised in Ohio, it was fun actually to participate in that game after watching all these years since I've been, in third grade with the man who eventually was my high school coach. It was a great atmosphere. The pageantry of college football was at its best, and we whipped them.
Wait.
Great win.
Wait. How in the hell did you pull it off, dog? I mean, come on, you got to give it a little more.
That's the question.
The matchups, man. How'd you do that, dude? Las Vegas had y'all 3 touchdown underdogs.
Okay.
Man, we may have lost it for a second. Let's see.
That's fine. We're getting back.
We're getting back. He'll come back on.
Because that's the question. You asked the right question because I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they see? Because again,
Sorry about that, bud. My studio Apple phone. My son just started calling me. I couldn't even shut it off.
So we good.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right, Wayne. Yeah. Hey, all right. How the hell y'all do that, man? Tell me. Tell our audience.
I can just speak defensively, and I've been this way. I've been coaching now for 40 years. The game always has been and always will be about the players. And I've never coached in this game, this heated rivalry, but like I said, I was born and raised on it. And dating myself, I remember Bo and Woody, and instead of Super Bowl parties, we had Ohio State, Michigan viewing parties.
Okay.
And you really can't fully appreciate it until you've gone through a week of preparation for the game itself. It was just a different feeling all week, and I really can't put my finger on it. I've coached and won a Super Bowl. I've won a national championship at Western Kentucky, but this thing was different. And I just had a quiet confidence in our defense because we've been playing fairly well about the last 5 weeks. And I just kept telling them, this is your game. This is your game. And, I thought we went in with a good game plan. Everybody's talking about they should have done this, they should have done that. And when they had success, it was this. But I think that discredits, what our guys did. And that was just went straight old school on them and physically out hit them.
Wow.
And the quarterback got hit early in the game by Makari. Nice clean shoulder tackle.
Oh, hey. And when I saw that lick pass, I said, look out. I said, Wink about to get these dudes today. I'm telling you. Yeah.
That's the fun thing about having experience. I was over on the sideline and I said, here we go. And what people don't realize is later on they ran the read sweep, John, and and Mason Graham was tackling him. He was going sideways, and Ern Hausman, our Mike linebacker, stuck his foot in the ground and came back.
Mm-hmm.
And we sandwiched him again, and I thought he was done after that. I mean, I just thought, he was a completely different football player. But that just shows you, and I say this out of respect to the game. That game and any game in football, no matter what level you're at, once you start hitting the quarterback,
That's what I'm talking about.
there'll be a different quarterback.
Yeah, ain't no question. Ain't no question.
Well, hey, I gotta jump in real quick. Again, we talking to defense coordinator, Michigan Wolverines, Coach Wink Martindale, and Coach. Much kudos to you, because when you think about the backdrop of the post game in terms of what happened, your quarterback, I think he had 65 yards passing or something like that. It was less than 100. So
it was 62 yards and 2 interceptions, not bragging.
so okay, that being the backdrop, that damn defense had to have their act together in terms of stopping the other team. So kudos to you and your game plan and handling the Ohio State Buckeyes, because they came coming to that game. They was high power offense, but you guys shut them down, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and they had 3 werewolves out there at wide receiver now.
That's right.
All
That's
3
right.
of those guys could play.
But when the matchups, Wink, I was surprised. Chip Kelly, now he's supposed to be an expert at structuring run attacks, and that was supposed to be his strength, and yet he challenged you where you were the strongest, down inside. You just mentioned your 3 technique, and I was surprised at the matchups.
Well, it wasn't just Mason Graham. It was KG, Rayshon Benny. I mean, he was playing with knockback, and then the edges with Josiah Stewart and Demo and TJ and Cam Brandt. I mean, all of them played at their best in this game. And that's I mentioned Ernest Hausman, our Mike linebacker, about the last 6 weeks. He really come on, and Jay Sean Barnum, our transfer linebacker that we got from Maryland. Johnny might be the meanest man I've ever coached. I mean, he is. He loves football, and football loves him.
Pam got something right quick. She's been dying to ask you. Come on, Pam. Come on.
I do. Congratulations on the win again, Coach. Today is what we call Championship Saturday. And so as you think about that and the expansion of the teams, 2-part question. 1, do you feel that's a good thing? And does it lessen the importance of today? Is today really that important?
No, I think it has the utmost importance, just like the season did. I think everybody will agree that college football this season might have been one of the most exciting times there was because of the different matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And, some people, they talk negatively on, I'll just throw it like the 8-3 Alabama team,
Right.
because they have 3 losses. Right. Well, it's the whole format's changing in college football more towards the pro game. And, you're going to see within the next decade, 3 losses. If people keep scheduling the way they're scheduling, 3 losses is not going to be that bad to get you in the playoffs.
Come on now.
Because the day of the undefeated teams, I think that's going the way of the Buffalo.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Coach, you just talked about the day of the 3 losses and the way the landscape is changing in the college football playoff. Talk about the expansion as it stands this year. Do you see any further expansion in the playoff moving forward?
I have no idea about that. I'm not on any of those committees, and I don't want to be because I'm too damn old. I do think, in the future, there's going to be a lot of things happening in college football that people can't even imagine. And, I think that, we need to, and I'm talking as an old head now, out of respect to the game, we need to get together and find out what's the best way. If we are going to expand, we have to have some forward thinking in it. I'm talking about there's been rumors, right? I hear them the same way a lot of people do off the internet and everything else, that eventually the Big Ten and the SEC is going to split from the NCAA.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm all for that because of the reason of this.
Okay.
I think to help the game, Okay. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm just talking about football.
Right.
Do I want kids to get their education? Of course I do. All
Right.
right. You know what I mean? I want them to go to school. I want them to graduate. Education is the most important thing there is for any person to give them power to live life successful.
You're right.
But I think when you separate, if you separate with something like that, I think like the SEC and the Big Ten needs to get together with the NFL and see, maybe you have the same dimensions as an NFL field. And I'm going to get to my point here in a second.
I'm ready for this now. I want to hear this.
Get the rules. I don't say they have to be exactly the NFL, but as close as possible. Because now, for the student athlete who comes in every coach's office when he's being recruited and says, "What can you do to get me to the next level?" Well, that's the first step.
All right.
What can you do to bring young coaches in the NFL faster, where everybody can see the stars, of the profession, and that would be the direction you're going. But most importantly, John, what can you do to prepare these officials to move up to the next level?
Okay.
Because I think that, and I've always told my coaches, my friends, my high school coach, he just made the playoffs again, I think for the 25th straight year at Kettering Alder. We always talk, and I always say that it's, everything's relative. High school, college, and pros, it's all relative. When I coached in the NFL the last 20 years, and it really is. But I will tell you this: I think college right now is closer to high school than it is the NFL.
What now?
And we need to bridge that gap.
Now, wait. Now, hold tight, play. Hold tight.
All right.
Keep it 100 now. The successful programs, and you at one of them, a kid know he go there. If he's a 2-year starter minimum, he's probably anywhere between a 1 to a 3 draft pick. You get an education at home on your computer. Y'all the NFL factory at the top level. Ohio State, Michigan, LSU, Alabama, the elite of the SEC, the elite of the pack of the Big Ten. Would you not agree?
Well, I think there's some truth to that. And then you have a Matthew Judon that played at Grand Rapids who's making more money than a lot of people are right now in the NFL. So, I think that's what I'm talking about as far as bridging the gap for everyone to make the product the best it could be at the NFL on Sunday and Saturday, and then the trickle down effect to take it on Fridays.
Okay.
But I think there needs to be a vision, a forward thinking, if you will. And I'm not smart enough to do all the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
But I think that we need to get back to the fundamental part of the game, and I think you saw that on Saturday. And like I said, the game always has been, always will be about the kids. There was a lot of good tackles in that game. There was, I'm speaking from a defensive perspective, and people talked about how Chip Kelly attacked and everything else. Well, they threw the ball 33 times for 170 yards. So I think we were doing just as well in the pass game. Now, did they make some plays? I told the guys, of course they're going to.
Yeah,
like I said, that freshman receiver play on Sundays tomorrow.
Yeah. They didn't lose anything with Marvin Harrison. Wayne, right quick. Wayne, I got to. Now, I ain't going to put you I'm not going to ask you to give the opponent any bulletin board material, okay? So I ain't going to ask you who going to win. That wouldn't be it. But you got to tell me now, because it's 4 teams in the top 10 that y'all played. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's another reason why I said I was so proud of that defense.
Okay. So now, Texas today, again, in the SEC championship, okay, versus Georgia, okay? What does Georgia have to do to win? You played Texas, but I want to know what your take on what Georgia got to do to win.
I tell you, Kirby to me is phenomenal as far as the head coach and preparing teams. I think it has to be, similar to how we played Ohio State. You got to win up front with your front 7,
okay,
or front 6 and sub. You know what I'm saying, John? And And they have the ability to do that. What concerns me about Georgia is two things going into it. I don't know how you felt watching the game. It was a great football game, the Georgia Tech Georgia game.
Oh,
But
eight overtime.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like to me that Georgia Tech was faster than Georgia. I could be completely wrong. I'm just watching it. I'm watching it TV. I'm watching it on TV there in Columbus at night, and for the game. I think the speed is going to be a concern for Kirby. And Texas, out of all of the teams, Texas, to me, now I don't know if they've had any injuries or not since we played them. We played them so early, but they have the best offensive line.
Wow.
I was surprised at the way they handled A&M up front. Because we had Jackie Sherrill on the show last week, and Coach Sherrill said that A&M's defensive front would be decisively the difference in allowing A&M to win. I knew Jackie was going to go for A&M, but he thought the defensive front in Texas gashed their ass. I was surprised at that. What you played Texas? What Texas got to do to win?
Well, I think Steve does a heck of a job of calling that off. I got to stop, John. I'm sorry. This is an old man with ADD. Jackie Sherrill, would he not have thrived in today's game?
Yeah. Yeah.
He thinks NIL stands for now it's legal.
Damn right.
That's good.
I'm sorry.
He would tell you in a minute.
That's a good one.
He would tell Earl, Kid McPam, Jackie Sherrill tell you in a minute, I ain't gonna get fired for losing. I promise you that.
Yep.
You get here, you lose. He said, you lose, you're a loser. He said, if you win, people will forgive you if you get caught for cheating. I ain't saying I'm a cheater, but I damn sure ain't gonna get fired for losing.
Hey, he's gonna take it right to that investigation line. I know that.
Yeah.
Look,
All
go
that-
until you see the blue lights.
I'm sorry, John. I think that that Steve Sarkisian's he's a heck of a play caller. I think that you're going to have to hit that quarterback to be effective to have a chance to slow him down, because if he gets comfortable back there, he's a really good quarterback, and of course they got Arch backing him up. So the thing that I saw going into to playing them is that Ewers, back then was playing it safe. Because he was looking over his shoulder. To me, maybe that was my own mindset. Maybe that's what got. Maybe that's what got me to the game, because they are a talented football team. I don't know how well they're doing on defense. And John, one of the best things that I did in my career was this year. I didn't look at one stat. I just looked at the next opponent, because Sharon gave us the charge of all we got to do is be 1-0 this week, and that's why I took it week by week, and we had a lot of fun.
Wayne, Big Ten championship. You got Penn State versus Oregon. Wayne, I ain't gonna ask you who's gonna win. I ain't gonna ask you. That's bulletin board material. But just tell me, what's Penn State got to do to win? I mean, Ray Charles can see that James Franklin don't show up big in game.
Now you say you don't give them bulletin board material, and then you just tell me that. I'm going to sit here in silence.
Smart move, Coach.
Good move.
Come on,
Good move, Coach. Good move.
What Oregon got to do to win?
I think they're just got to keep doing what they're doing, and he throws the ball to run, and he runs the ball to throw it, and they got a quarterback that. I think he has to be over 70 starts right now in college football, and those are the type of quarterbacks can help win you a national championship. So the thing that Penn State has to do, and I haven't watched. I've watched Penn State in the crossover tape, but it was their defense against Ohio State.
Okay.
So offensively, I'm not very familiar with them. Being this is the first year I've been back in college football. But to me, the success that you have against Oregon is run the ball right at them.
Okay.
And I think you have to, you have to beat them at their own game. You got to throw the ball early to be able to set up the run, and then you got to run the ball to set up the pass and hit them with some play action stuff.
Wait, the big matchup gonna be Oregon's offensive tackle, and they're good at the tackle. But Penn State got some boys can create pressure off the edges. They can bend the edge.
Hey, that number 11. He was taking his turn on Ohio State's offensive line.
I'm telling you now.
That kid they moved from guard to tackle looked like a turnstile. That must have been early in the movement.
Okay, so right quick, Wayne, before we let you get out of here, man. We do appreciate you coming on. In the NFL, in the AFC. People hating on Kansas City. Carolina should have beat them. They were lucky. Didn't block the field goal against Denver. They've been lucky.
And don't forget about the Raiders. The quarterback, the ball bounced off his chest.
Oh yeah, that was on Thanksgiving. Yeah,
that was the third one.
Oh,
but I know hey John.
Yeah.
I've lived with you long enough. I know you're getting ready to say I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen. Hey. And I told Rick Minner this. When we were together in Cincinnati. I'd rather be lucky than good. And the reason why is two good teams playing, the lucky one gonna win. So I'd rather be lucky than good all day. But in Kansas City been lucky and they good. Okay. But you got Baltimore. I mean, you got Buffalo, and this Josh Allen kid's the MVP right now. You got Baltimore there. You got Pittsburgh there. You know the thing about Pittsburgh, I like Wink, and I want you to holler in on this, is that the guy who stirs the drink for Pittsburgh is the closer on defense. Everybody else is closer. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. They got closers, but they're offensive guys. And defense wins. Come on now, Wayne.
No doubt. Yep. It's going to be interesting. I think it's right where the NFL wants it, especially on the AFC side. And it looks like the only one in the NFC is the NFC North is playing. Well, but that's a tough division there. But AFC wise, it's going to be who gets hot right before the playoffs.
Okay.
And I think that, our guy Harbs, John, he's going through a tough stretch right now with his group, but he'll get them going. You and I both know that. We've seen it for years. I mean, we were all back together in '96.
Yeah.
Tomlin Mike is he's a good friend of mine. And I have a lot of respect for him. And I told him a long time ago, it was just he and I sitting there talking at a combine. I said, you know what I call you guys? And he said, what's that? I said, I keep saying Steelers they're like cockroaches. You can't kill them.
Yeah.
And at first he scrinkled his eyebrow at me, like you see him do before. He goes, I like that, because I went back and talked about different seasons where everybody's counting them out and they make it to the playoffs, or you know what I mean? It's like he's never had a losing season. He's just a great leader. And I mean, that was one of the things. Now you said that, John, the Pittsburgh-Baltimore rivalry prepared me for that Ohio State-Michigan game, because that in the NFL, that might be the last standing rivalry. And I say this, like I said, out of respect to the game, out of respect to both organizations. As a coach in Baltimore, with John against Mike Tomlin, I would rather play that game twice in Pittsburgh at night. That is the coolest setting that you'll ever be a part of. I mean, it is like straight out of a Batman movie. It really is.
Wow.
I tell you, Wayne, me and Earl Reese go back to 1978. Alabama A&M, where I got my start. Now, he's big that Detroit the best team in the NFC. I'm big that Philly is the best team in the NFC. What's your take?
Well, what I'm hoping for is that people stop getting hurt in Detroit because I mean, my goodness,
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn has done a phenomenal job.
Yes. Yeah.
Piecing that defense together, and you're not seeing. I mean, to me, when they lost touch, it seemed like they were playing better up front.
Yeah, hey,
I mean, it was crazy. I'm sure that obviously they miss him, but to answer your question, I got to go with my guy Jalen Hurts and Saquon. I
see,
think that's a duo that is going to be hard to stop in the playoffs. I think that with the speed and receiver that they have outside, and the thing that's crazy, what I like about it is the old school. I brought up, being raised on the Bo and Woody rivalry of Ohio State and the 10-year
Yeah.
war and all
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the exact number, John, but in their last 5 games, I think it's their last 5 wins,
mhm.
they've run the ball for more yardage than passing the ball. And
I think
that's bringing everything back.
Wink, I don't think it's any question. I believe Philly the most talented team, but when you can win ugly, Detroit is winning on toughness,
No, I'm
and
with you.
and that goes a long way. I watched them come to NRG, and that Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions, and they were tough enough to overcome. And this ain't no scrub team over here in Houston, and then NRG. That boy, they are believing in Dan Campbell. They are buying in on Dan Campbell,
No
and they
doubt.
playing. And when they get healthy down the stretch, I don't know. But
I'm
I
with
think
you.
in the NFC, it's either going to be Detroit or Philly.
Well, Philly has one of the best. I think he's the best offensive line coach in the NFL. I can say that now that I'm out, so nobody gets mad at me. Uh, I do. I mean, and when you get into the playoffs, the pad level on the teams that get knocked out usually raises. The
Mhm.
teams that can come off the ball and keep their pad level down, both offensively and defensively up front,
Yeah,
have the best chance to win the game. And
the best chance to
and
win.
and
All day.
Vic's done a hell of a job with their defense, and they're playing.
Vic,
You can tell that
Vic
they're
Fangino. Vic Fangino.
Fangio. Yep.
Yeah, Fangio. Fangio.
Yeah. He
Fangio.
he does a great job, and you can see that they're all buying in and they're playing well together. The thing that always concerns me defensively for Philly is, man teams can play zone to win games.
Uh-huh.
Zone teams can't play man to win
No, they
games.
can't. No, they
And
can't.
Mm.
But
and
but
that's
but
a question mark.
But Wink, now anytime you shut down Lamar Jackson in too high scheme, you kicking ass up front.
Yep.
And so, man, this boy Fat with that talent and that Carter kid and the other big kid from Georgia, both of those two inside kids guys are Georgia guys. And in fact, that defense is heavily influenced by Georgia
No doubt.
in
No
the
doubt.
draft. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think Philly's the most talented, but man. I believe Detroit will end up winning that NFC. That's my take.
Yeah.
K-Mac, you
Hey,
got any
coach,
different? You
coach,
got any
hey,
different?
coach, I know before we let Coach get out of here, we got a question. Hank, he wants to know that if you put 8 in the box against Jalen, can he still beat you?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh,
With
Wow.
with with his
he
feet
ain't
and
even hesitate.
with his feet and his arm.
Mm.
If you're gonna send people at Jalen Hurts, they better be big people because he'll just shrug off the little ones.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
I tell you who it reminds me of, John, with his toughness is playing quarterback is Steve McNair, and that was the toughest guy I've ever
Oh
seen.
wow.
Oh,
Oh wow.
wow.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I could see that same athleticism and arm talent. Yeah, no
Yep.
question. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, man, what y'all know what bowl you going to yet?
No, everybody's pointing to either Nashville or Tampa, and they asked me where I wanted to go, and I said, well, if my vote counts, I want to get as warm as I can possibly be, so I want to go to Tampa.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Man, Wink, listen, my brother,
Yeah.
man, all the best to you guys. The portal opens up Monday. I know y'all gonna be shopping. I know you will be.
Hey, we had a great year recruiting now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
And Johnny Mont, my
Yeah.
my 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 guys on defense, But, Lamar Morgan, Brian, Jean-Marie, BJ, Coach BJ, and Lou Esposito and Kevin Wilkins. Man, they recruit their tails off. And I mean, it's like one of those deals of running long distance, and I feel like I got a half a lung left. I'm like, hey, hold on. I'll be up there. I mean, they get after it. They, like I said, I'm speaking all from the defensive perspective, but obviously we got the quarterback, and I think it's one of the highest ranked recruiting classes that we've had up here in a long time.
Yeah, Coach. I got to ask that question though, because the new quarterback coming in recruit. He's been in the news a lot, and seems like the NIL is looking pretty good up there in the University of Michigan.
Well, I think that's the it's going to be a problem. I think it's that's a whole nother show probably talking about that, but it's crazy because like a great recruiter like John was. I mean, and I don't undervalue the word great. He was a great recruiter, and so much of it was building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think building relationships now is for one reason only. And like it was 87, I'd say, back in the day, it was like 80% building relationships. I'd say now 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the only reason why you want to build a relationship with them is for when they get into the portal when they're not happy at the first place.
There you go.
Wait.
That
is good.
Wait, you brought up you warmed my heart. You warmed my heart with your compliment. But we got Rex watches the show. And we go back a minute.
Yes, we do.
You were Rex's GA when we were at Cincinnati. Rex Ryan, D coordinator. Anyway, so I'm out junior recruiting, and I'm in St. Rose, Louisiana. I'm talking about the backside of the bayou. And as a kid, threw the javelin over 200 feet in high school. Good football player. Coach sends us the film. Karpinski gets it. The recruiting coordinator gives it to me because I had the Southeast region junior recruiting. And I get to the kids' high school, and I said, young man, we're going to offer you a scholarship. And he said, for true? Yeah. I said, yeah, we're going to offer you a scholarship. I brought the film back, showed it to Rex. I said, this kid's down in St. Rose, Louisiana. Rex said, LSU ain't offer this kid? I said, nope. He said, Tulane ain't offer this kid? I said, nope. He says, he called Rick Metadad. He said, this kid here goes to the front of the board at the safety position. True story, and this a facts check. The University of Cincinnati was the first Division I school to offer Ed Reed a scholarship.
Wow.
That's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah. Wink, man, dog. Good luck to you in recruiting, and man, thanks so much for coming on the show, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Coach.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Good job coming on, call the ball with us, Coach. We appreciate you.
All righty.
Thank you.
See you.
Yeah. Take care, Wink. Thanks, man.
Right. See you.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, hey, Coach. I got to
Pretty
say
special
that.
there, Coach.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah, that was good.
That's pretty damn good there, Coach.
Hey, man,
Coach,
I tell you,
Coach,
man.
I'm gonna start looking at you a little different now, man. You can bring
I mean,
everybody
he said you knew what the hell you were doing.
Oh, man.
He said, you better ask somebody.
I know. You don't know? Pop your collar, Coach. Pop that collar, baby.
He said Coach was special. I said special.
Hey,
Special.
hey, real talk. We got to get to the big 3 games, but man, you guys on top of it. I want to know your take on this North Carolina situation, man.
Hey, Coach, I got some new scoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yep.
Yeah, we talking about Bill Belichick. So, Coach, how about this?
Okay.
He has a son that's coaches defense at the University of Washington, right? I think that's his son.
Uh-huh.
The word on the street is Belichick's interviewed twice already. Not once, twice.
Okay.
Second time he came in, he said, hey, I'm very serious about taking this opportunity, but here's the deal. My son got to be part of the deal too. And my son is going to be coaching and waiting. So and that's your succession plan going forward. And coach, I kind of like that, be honest with you. I kind of like that a lot. So you may have in 2 or 3 years, maybe Bill, and he may just step aside, be a consultant. His son takes over, and the Tar Heels win the national championship.
Yeah.
Pump your brakes. Slow down. Tom Brady ain't walking through that door.
To be able to relate to the players. And
Tom Brady ain't walking through that door, so stop. Just slow down. Just slow down.
Okay.
What do you think, Coach? What do you think about that, Coach?
That sounds good.
Is Bill Belichick going to be the Tar Heel next head coach?
I'm saying that's
yes or no.
That's
yes or no.
Well, I think it's Buddy Cunningham is smart enough. I'm saying yes.
Ain't no question. The man got 6 rings. Hell, ain't no question. He's smart enough. Bill Belichick.
No, I'm talking about the AD. I'm talking about
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Pam, right quick. We got to let cover. We got a lot to cover. Is Bill Belichick going to be the North Carolina head football coach?
Well, based on what Reese just said, I would say yes. With that
no.
It would work.
Hell
they won't be able to put it together. I mean, it's cool.
Why can't
they put it together?
They won't be able to put that together. That's the stretch.
Let me tell you something. That's a hoax. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick.
That's a hoax.
Not a hoax.
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick will coach in the National Football League. He is 16 wins from being immortal. Then hold it. Let's not get this twisted. Okay. Yeah. There will be several NFL head coaching positions available for a man who's a Hall of Famer. 6 national championships, 6 world championships, 6 Lombardi. Oh, let me finish. For marketing reasons, Bill Belichick too old to navigate NIL, transfer portal, dealing young. No, it ain't happening. Now, keep your eye on this guy, John Summerall, the head coach at Tulane. He auditioned for the job.
I saw him last night.
Horrible audition. He got his ass handed to him.
Yeah. He didn't interview well last night on TV.
Well,
he needs a do-over.
Now, I do know that Dan Mullen, former Florida Gator and former Mississippi State head football coach, SEC experience, is certainly in the mix. Would like to think that he's in the mix. He's in pursuit of the job. I know somebody he's already asked to hire, be on his staff. So he's accumulating the staff. But that ain't gonna happen with no Bill Belichick. That's a hoax. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
We got some people chiming in. They agree with you. They agree with you, Coach. But let's see. Mike Pringley says it would be for his son. He believes he's interviewing for his son.
Okay. North Carolina football.
Mike Pringley said Tulane coach, and I told you, Reese. I think.
And Hank Hughes said Bill Belichick's girlfriend can't help recruit. Yeah, that's probably true too. But she is 24 years old.
Hey, look. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's what you say. You seen on TikTok?
No. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Mike Pringley says, remember, Mac Brown is from Tulane.
Mac Brown was at Tulane prior to coming to North Carolina, and appreciate your chime in who made that comment. No, that's not going to happen in this new age.
Pringley, he rocked with us during the draft. You met Mike Pringley.
Yeah, he was on the draft. Mike, appreciate it, man. Hey, NIL, transfer portal, Jackson Arnold, University of Oklahoma, gone. Connor Wegman, Texas A&M, gone. And a lot of folk in Tuscaloosa and Roll Tide Nation want Jalen Milroe to be gone. I know. But this is what I'm talking about. All right, I knew I'd hear from you, Katie. I knew I'd hear from you. Come on.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Got a problem with that.
Coach, I got a problem with it. I mean, look, sometimes, Coach, you just can't, everybody can't stay together. See what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody can't stay together. Okay. Irreconcilable differences, whatever you want to call it. But look, at the end of the when the clock strikes 12 on this season, Jalen Milroe will be going to the NFL draft, and that's it.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna go around the clock. Let me hear from you there, Earl.
Yeah, the fact that they want him to be gone, pump your brakes, man. Pump your brakes just a little bit. I think Jalen would do himself better if he gives himself one more year, because this year kind of wasn't his best year. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I mean,
You think it's gonna get better though?
And now
ask me.
And now the lovely Pam Smith.
Woo! Considering the fact, caveat, what Reese just said, if he is playing his very best, then let him come back. It makes it better for everybody else. Georgia gonna win.
Vanderbilt. Everybody good.
Anybody ain't no Vanderbilt.
Okay. People lie in numbers don't. This is an 8-3 football team. Okay. It's an 8-3 football team, and he has demonstrated a propensity to turn the football over.
And over.
If Kalen DeBoer is in this spot next year, I promise you 2026 will be to save his job. Okay? So he can't get caught in this position next year. And let me finish. Jalen Milroe, by draft projections right now, is a mid to high second round pick. Now, what I'm gonna tell you, just throw this, I'm gonna put this in the atmosphere. What Jalen Milroe needs to do is pack up his shit and head west. You know, and not stop until you get on the campus of the University of Southern California under the direction of Lincoln Riley. Remember where you heard it. And I'm going to tell you why. He's a master, proven quarterback teacher. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, who was a bench warmer in Alabama until Lincoln Riley got a hold of him. And now he's arguably an MVP candidate and have a chance to play in his second Super Bowl. Okay, so let's get real. He needs quarterback teaching. Forget the records and national championships. Right now, for him, it's getting himself ready to play in the National Football League. And he ain't ready. He ain't no first round pick.
No.
And if you're at Alabama, that's a no-brainer. We need to be in the quarterback market. And you sit there and get your emotions all caught up in it because you want to go to Dreamland, eat barbecue, and watch.
I do.
It's all a dream in my big voice.
Pam, it's a barbecue spot, Pam. Leave it alone.
That's a barbecue spot.
I said it's a dream for you.
Pam, you're a Georgia fan, so why are you even on this call anyway?
Because we're playing today.
You better hope you play today.
Woo, I know, right?
All right. Hey guys, so we got before I want your take on the big three games. Who gonna win and why? I like I'm just SEC. I like that commercial in the SEC. It just means more. So I look in the SEC championship and they say, well, can't beat a good team twice.
That's not true.
Texas is better than I thought they were in the offensive line. Jackie Sherrill was on our show last week, and I saying there ain't no way Texas defensive front would be the difference, and they gashed their ass. So, but I like Kirby's toughness. I think Texas is the best team, but this just counts on the best. Who's the best team today? And I'm hoping that that's Georgia. I'm pulling for Kirby to do it twice in a row because I think it means more to him. Texas loses and they won't make the bracket. They won't make the tournament, so it means more to them. And I tell you what, the other thing I want to make about that, and Earl Reese, I heard it come from your mouth that you had Carson Beck, the top of the quarterback board going into this season. Is that not correct?
Hey,
no.
Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Get him, Coach.
Yeah.
No,
that's true. I said that. I'm looking pretty good right now. Just understand this.
he can move his ass to the front of the line if he shows up big today, and
Yeah.
he'll have to do it.
Yeah.
He will have to do it. He does not have the supporting cast that the quarterback at Texas does. Okay, Quinn Ewers nor Arch Manning. He didn't have this. I think Texas is the best team. I just hope Georgia's the best team today. That's my take.
First of
I
all,
agree
these
with you,
people,
Coach.
these people making crazy comments. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, Breen, what are
He
you
said
talking
he's
about?
a fifth. Freeman said that Carson Beck is a 5th to 7th round.
No, you wrong on that, Pring. Mike, you wrong on that.
He
No,
got to be joking.
no. Hey, Mike, you gonna come on the draft show with us?
Yep.
And remember, I'm gonna go on record saying this: Carson Beck's a first round pick quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Now, if he played great today, he gonna be up there in the elite first round pick. But Carson Beck, and he'll have to do it today to win. I think Texas has the best team. I just hope Georgia has.
Hey,
the
Coach,
best team.
to answer your question, I know Pam, go ahead, Pam. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I agree with Coach, picking Georgia for today. They do have to play great. Carson Beck has to play great, but he has been improving. He hasn't had an interception since the Tennessee game. So he needs to continue that for them.
I think all the SEC faithful, they want Georgia to win. They don't want Texas first year into the doggone conference to win the conference. So we want Georgia to win this one. Yeah.
You want Georgia to win.
Carson Beck's going to come out. He's going to look horrible in the first half, and Georgia's going to win, and they're going to win the second half. Their defense is going to take over, and they're going to come out on top. But listen to me, Carson Beck is probably going to look like garbage in the first half.
Yeah, he starts off slow. You're right, man.
He starts off horrible.
All about how he looks at the end.
Well, if Carson Beck starts off slow, they'll get drilled because Texas is the best team, man.
Yeah.
Texas is the best
team. They start
team.
off fast.
The Carson Beck better break clean from the gate, and he got to play good for 4 quarters. They're not the matchup.
Yeah, you asking a lot, Coach. Oh no, they had done that all year, really.
Well, a lot of people had him rated number 1. Guys, Oregon today versus Penn State. I'm pulling for James Franklin.
Yeah, you better.
I'm pulling for. Yeah. Okay. I'm pulling for James Franklin. I mean, newsflash, wire to wire, Oregon's been number 1. Okay. But you know what? This has been a unique year in college football. There's not a team that is clearly the best team. Case in point, in 2019, that LSU team that had Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that was clearly a no-brainer who was the best team in college football. It's not that this year. Oregon's undefeated. I don't think they'll get through this unscathed. I don't think they're good enough to go wire to wire. And I like the matchup. Penn State, physical on defense. When Wink was on the show, we just talked about it. Penn State can create pressure. Okay, they're the 3rd-rated team in the FBS at creating pressure. And so I like Penn State today. We got a comment. We got who's brother Hank Hughes. Somebody with a question, just making a comment, huh?
Oh, you just making a comment. But hey, Mike Summers been on with us. Mike said he wants to talk about some HBCU football before we get out of here.
That's my little brother. We coming to it, little brother. He big South Carolina State fan. He won't pop his collar because Chennis Berry got the South Carolina State Bulldogs headed to the Celebration Bowl in his first year. And Jackson State going to win the SWAC today. Okay, you want some HBCU football talk? Here you go. SWAC championship is today.
Yeah.
Okay. Jackson State, they going in this game with a perfect record in SWAC competition. They're 8-0. They win today.
Believe, baby. Let's go.
And I knew where you was going to go, K-Mac, because I knew Lynch Street. I get it. Okay. So they got Southern today. Here's my take. You can get Southern and 14.5 points. Jackson State will cover. They gonna climb Southern like a cheap fence today, and I look for them to go on to the Celebration Bowl on the 20th of December. I know all the South Carolina State fans gonna be there. Coach Willie Jeffries, my mentor and friend, the football field named after Willie Jeffries. But Jackson State, I'm going on record saying this now. Will win the Celebration Bowl, and because I think they're a better football team. I think all season long, the competition in the SWAC has been superior to the competition in the MEAC. That's my take.
Well, here's my take, Coach. First of all, shout out to what's the head coach for Jackson State? TJ, what's his name?
TC Taylor. TC Taylor.
Shout out to him for continuing what Dion got going down there. So I mean, shout out to him for making that happen. But the other piece, the MEAC has been dominating this Celebration Bowl, Coach.
They have.
So the MEAC has been dominating the Celebration Bowl. So over the last few years or so.
Mm-hmm.
I love South Carolina. I saw South Carolina State play North Carolina Central, which is a really good football team, and how they beat them. So the fact how they have the North Carolina Central, I'm going with the Bulldogs of South Carolina State. I'm going with them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going with.
You're going okay, and you're right. The MEAC has dominated the Celebration Bowl, but I just think this year the competition is better in the SWAC, and I got Jackson State in the I do. I will say this though, to their credit, Jackson State has been ranked in the FCS. They've been ranked, and I think it's gonna be a hell of a game, man. Chance Berry done an outstanding job in his first year. There's no question. Hey guys, right quick. We did not talk about the game that I know that geographically is dear to you, ACC championship. What's your take, Earl Ray?
That's it. That's the biggest game of all the championships, I think.
That's the game that matters right there.
That's the game I'm looking at from an Alabama fan. I want SMU to win that game so we can go and get up back in the CLP. So to me personally, I think that the Cowboys gonna handle that thing, man. For SMU.
You got SMU today.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think SMU can win, other than the fact you want Alabama to have a shot at the bracket?
That should be the only reason. No, seriously. But I think I
knew you were going to laugh. I knew.
Because you know what? Clemson lost their last game they played. Clemson's not that good, Coach. Not like Clemson of old. And I don't trust the quarterback. I mean, I don't like his last name, Cade Kepnick, whoever name.
Kepnick.
Yeah. I don't trust him. So there you go. And I love Dabo and I love Coach McCorvey. You know that, but I want SMU to win today, Coach.
You want SMU to win today because
I think they're gonna win because they don't like SMU. It's been pretty consistent the whole season. All the bad part about that is first year into the ACC, they win the conference championship too. So they just like Texas win the conference championship in the SEC. So
not a good look.
It could have happened. Yeah.
Okay. But who wins the game?
SMU.
I'm going opposite of those two right there. Just three reasons, really. One, because they just want SMU to win so that Alabama can get in. So that means I want Clemson to win so Alabama can't get in. But I do think SMU is a better team. Clemson, we didn't even see them play Miami. But also, I think experience matters today, coaching experience. And so I'm going with Dabo. It's going to be an upset today, and I'm going to give it to Clemson.
Okay, so Clemson. You got Clemson. K-Mac, what say you?
I'm gonna take SMU, but SMU got to be real careful because the defense with Clemson plays well enough, and SMU gets out there trying to throw the ball around and do some old funky stuff, and they may play right into Clemson's defense's hands, and that's gonna be an issue. The problem that Clemson is going to have, though, is going to be Clay Kubnick. That quarterback is the flakiest quarterback in the entire ACC.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, that dude will lose them this game. And if they put too much pressure, if they put the ball in his hand and require him to win the game for Clemson, SMU is going to win hands down, and Clemson will be watching the rest of the season just like the rest of us.
Okay. Now, people lie, numbers don't. Since 2022, SMU is the second largest participant in the NIL transportal. Okay, there ain't been but one school that done brought in more from other places for money that has topped that. Well, I don't know how much money they spent, but it's traded out, transfer portal is Texas State, little bitty Texas State. Okay, that's a group of 5. 65. He's flipped that roster with 65 new faces. Rhett Lashley has. I done told you this once, and I'm gonna tell you one more time. I said it on record, and Pam, you'll testify now. Did I not say 3 weeks ago that SMU was dangerous? Did I not say that? Hello, can I get it with you?
You said it. I remember that. Yeah.
Amen.
And I'm gonna tell you why, fellas. I'm gonna tell you why. Now it's legal. NIL. Did any of y'all remember a documentary on ESPN 30 for 30, Pony XS? It was a documentary.
No.
Pony
Actually,
Express.
it was Pony Express with Derek Dickerson and Roger. No,
he said it. He said it right.
I know I said it right.
What'd you say?
Pony XS. They got the death. They got the death penalty. Listen, hold up. Listen, hey, you laughing? Why you bullshitting? I was there.
I believe you, Coach.
No. Hey, 1986, I was an analyst for Jackie Sherrill at 1986 Southwest Conference Championship team. We played them in Texas Stadium. That was before Jerry World. That was the one that they had the open roof. And
Yeah.
It was open on purpose so God could watch his team play. We played them in 1986 there, and that was right before they were getting ready to announce that they was fixing to get the death penalty. And Coach Sherrill said they gonna either do one or two things. Jackie said they either gonna fight like dogs to the bitter end, or they gonna fold like a tent. And then that was the day that they decided to fight like dogs. Because we hadn't had Kevin Murray to pull our ass out, we'd have got whipped. But we whipped them and went on to win the Southwest Conference Championship. But fellas, Pam, I said 4 weeks, SMU's dangerous. Mockingbird Lane is like is where the campus is on Mockingbird Lane. That's like Beverly Hills of Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, they got deep pockets. I mean, hell, Craig James and Eric Dickerson, when they was riding in Trans Ams then. And now it's legal. Cheating is legal. What we got the death penalty for is now legal. Are you kidding me?
But Coach, I have to say this though, and just to back what you just said.
Yeah.
Just remember, SMU told ACC, if y'all take us, we don't want you. We don't want no money until like 10 years from now. You keep the money. You keep the money. We don't need it. That'll tell you how much money they got out there, Coach.
I'm trying to tell you, Earl. Mockingbird Lane. If you ever come to Dallas, you drive. I'm telling you, partner. You could buy T-shirts in the bookstore. SMU. They're the ponies. They're the Mustangs. It's a SMU ponies and Porsches. I mean that. Oh, partner. Oh yeah, and now it's legal. So I'm just telling you, SMU is dangerous. They're a force to be contended with because they've come into that ACC, and bam, bam. This guy has flipped that roster with bodies, and he's got a discerning eye. He don't buy the wrong ones. Right quick, make his point. Back Jennings for SMU. He's third in production under pressure, meaning when he escapes the pocket and they're chasing him, it ain't meant that quarterback Diego Pavia at Vanderbilt and Shadur Sanders are the only two quarterbacks in the FBS who have escaped pressure and thrown for explosive plays / touchdowns over this guy. SMU is dangerous, man.
Who you picking, Coach? Who you picking, though?
With all that, who's winning?
I got SMU. I got SMU.
Well, in that case, I guess Alabama will be seeing you in the playoff.
Well, I knew you was gonna say that. Next time we get together, I'll have some pom-poms for you.
Please do.
He said pom-poms. Hey, Coach, real quickly though, they named A&T did name Sean Gibbs, is it?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. Prairie View is still open. Mississippi Valley is open.
A&M is still open. Alabama A&M is still open.
Alabama A&M. Look for Sam Shade.
Okay.
Sam Shade of Miles College to get that job. He won.
A&M?
A&M? Okay.
Yeah.
Alabama A&M. Look for Sam Shade to get that job. He had a first-round playoff win in the Division II playoffs and did a hell of a job. Hey guys, it's been a blast. Thanks so much for having me. Got to
It's
run.
been great, man.
As always. Hey, look, anytime we want to come on, man, he come on because he actually think you know what you're doing. So yeah, I'll talk to him.
Oh man,
He all right with me.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you,
All
Wayne.
right, be good.